Alright, so actually this is going to be a sort of different unboxing, or review, I guess. Obviously I've actually opened this up on channel before, and this is the more recent edition of Through the Desert. If you notice, I have this little sticky here. This is going to be a review for an insert that I actually picked up on Etsy from a seller slash company called Chihuahua Print 3D, which I have to say, don't like Chihuahuas, but I do like this insert here. So as a note, yeah, this is the updated board. There was an error on one of these, but I mean, it didn't really matter unless you really played with the higher player count. And if you note, I actually don't have the little plastic pieces. I ended up keeping the wooden bits. So there is a little bit of caveats. There is a caveat to this. The pieces of the color will actually fit pretty well in these little trays. I do have to note that there was two different sort of options, you know, to have one color roughly matching the camels, and the other one was just everything as well, I think black. So there was a price difference in that, I would have to note that. But yeah, for the most part, these camels all fit there pretty well. The only issue is when you're actually going to take these sort of individual player colors here, you're actually not able to fit all of your leaders of that color here without there being some lift. So I do have to note that's kind of a thing. I noticed when you sort of look at the pictures online that the seller actually has the plastic versions, and they seem to fit perfectly fine. But you know, the excess sort of camelage dromedary business here, I kind of stuck them in there, and I actually kept the palm trees that way, along with the player bag. If you have the sort of market expansion. So yeah, that's just kind of a note, but I mean, everything fits pretty darn well in this thing. You have the holder for the cards. This is a bit of a tight fit, I'll be honest. And the sleeves that I'm actually using, I typically use the Mayday sleeves, the premiums, but they do fit in there. They're just it's a bit cramped, but they will fit in there. You have to kind of play with them a little bit just to kind of get them to go, and then kind of smack them like you're trying to get a pack of cigarette, you know, smokes out, I guess. But yeah, and then as far as the tokens, you have the different sort of 5-point tokens there, and then you kind of have space for the double-sided ones here. You know, the night version, I guess, night rating. And then here you have enough room for the expansion tiles. You know, you got the extra sort of camels. I haven't really played with the market yet. And you have the other random wild goods, and then you also have these tokens, which are double-sided. But I mean, it actually works pretty well. You know, for an insert. I can't remember what I paid for it at this point, but whatever. I just like to show that off, and it's, you know, it's pretty. It's not so puzzly putting it sort of back together, which is great, because there's sometimes where I have a hard time figuring it out. But like I said, the sticker in the beginning of the vid. There's always that sort of option. If you do kind of have a brain fart, everything will go back into the box. The other thing that I have to know, really no lid lift on that, which is pretty good. Keeps everything there. Honestly, pretty darn good insert from the Chihuahua print people across the pond. But yeah, that was just kind of it. All right. Goodbye.